This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're going to be typing Andrew NG for Sigma Nick. Shout out to Sigma Nick. He's been in our server for quite a bit. He's a server booster, so they get one person for us to type a month, and that's who he's recommended. Guys, we'll be using Linda Van's interactive styles and temperament combined with cognitive functions. Um, we do have all of these broken down. All you have to do is go to the playlist, how to find anyone's personality type. And if you comment below, hey, Mercer, show us the link because we're lazy pieces of shit, I will drop the link. Um, if you want more hands-on experience with us, you got to join our Discord. I think it's going to be the best MBTI Discord in the future, especially the most accurate information. You guys know we are relentless on that and making sure that everybody is at a certain level of intelligence when it comes to MBTI. There's also the fun side of it. We do a lot of other things, but if you want more hands-on experience with typing and how to take your knowledge to the next level, you want to join our demigod dojo. We have these things broken down from the easiest stuff to the more challenging stuff, to where you can gain like a belt as well based on your knowledge and your understanding of type. And you get to be part of our secret chat where you get to talk about more high level stuff, right? And you don't have to worry about somebody being a moron saying anything. That's awesome. Zara, you got anything you want to say about this Andrew NG?
Um, he graduated from UC Berkeley. He also graduated from MIT. He's known for his work in online education, particularly with using AI. Um, and he's into deep learning and education technology primarily. And yeah, he developed Coursera and what was it? Coursera and deep learning AI. And yeah, he's taught over 8 million students through his online courses.
Holy shit. Damn, it sounded very NT-ish, man. Not even gonna lie, sounds very NT-ish just by your breakdown there. Sounds very NT-ish. Civil
Yeah.
type shit. But let's see, guys. So, personality dummy base has him as an INTP, and then they have INTJ behind it. I think that sounds about right there. Not even gonna,
Not bad for the dummy base.
not bad for the dummy base, man. Broke clock is right twice a day.
He's just that obvious, I think.
Yeah. So INTP guys are what they got him as. So they are informing, they're responding, their outcome. And I joke around, man. Gabby's in INTP. She don't move without a fucking outcome in sight, man. Like if you need her to do something, you need to hit the outcome 100%. You need to tell her exactly the outcome you want, right? And that's exactly what you're gonna get it, nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Very outcome focused. I think personally, me, they're the most outcome of all the types, man. They do not bullshit with the outcome. Gabby's calling restaurants. She's like, "Ah, I gotta make sure it's there." Like, okay, man, calm down, buddy. They're pragmatic guys, so they like their own independence, right? They're not affiliative, but they can come off very affiliative because of the FE inferior.
Hmm.
Want to make a noticeable impact that changes other people's lives and helps them, right? They're systematic. Think from a systematic point of view. Everything to look at is like looking at the system, right? They're abstract. They live in the world of what if, not the concrete what is, right? They're TIFE, so they're gonna be leading with TI. So everything needs to be back behind that TI and their SINE. So they got the NE. So seeing the possibilities and how that funnels is TI to NE is they'll come up with an idea and then they'll poke holes in the idea with the NE to make the idea better, and they'll keep ruminating on it to make it better and better and better and better, and then they will release it. It may take 5 minutes, it may take 10 years, it may take a fucking lifetime. Carl Young, baby. Then you got SI. They're gonna be self-referencing, okay? Not other referencing, which is SC.
Hmm.
Hope I covered that pretty well for you. Even if you're blind, deaf, and dumb, you should know.
Book into my computer to then play these cool little video games. Another moment for me was when I was a teenager and my father, who's a doctor, was reading about expert systems and about neural networks. So he got me to read some of these books, and I thought it was really cool. You could write a computer that started to exhibit intelligence. Then I remember doing an internship while I was in high school. This was in Singapore, where I remember doing a lot of photocopying and I was office assistant. And the highlight of my job was when I got to use the shredder. So the teenager me remember thinking, boy, this is a lot of
SI.
photocopying. If only we could write software, build a robot.
Holy shit,
So,
there's a lot of SI. That's a lot of
yeah,
SI there.
I
Oh
think
shit.
INTJs eliminated.
Yeah.
Something
It's
to
all
automate this.
self-referencing.
Maybe
All self-referencing his own like story. I remember, I remember, I
Yeah.
remember, I remember, I remember. I don't know what song that is, but
I could do something else. So I think a lot of my work since then has centered on the theme of automation. Even the way I think about machine learning today, we're very good at writing learning algorithms that can automate things that people can do, or even
Sounds like
launching the first MOOCs, massive
TI
open online
shit.
courses that later led to Coursera. I was trying to automate what could be automatable in how I was teaching on campus.
Process.
I was trying to
Any
automate how I could automate systematic, right? Let's not even play that game. This guy
and what
systematic.
could be
Yeah.
any.
So we're gonna go ahead and just knock systematic off, guys.
Yeah.
That is just clear as day. Even if you're retarded, you can't miss that. Oh, shit, I probably shouldn't say that. Fuck. Even if you're blind, deaf, and dumb, you shouldn't miss that. Damn, man, fuck. Whew. So he's systematic here, ladies and gentlemen. You can't miss it. So being systematic, that eliminates all of the SP types, right? They are interest, pragmatic interest. What do I get out of something very soon? And then you got, the big daddy interest. What's good for the collective. Okay, let's try to hide our interest behind that. Right, that's gone. It's gone systematic. So.
Of education, try to automate parts of that to make it more sort of to have more impact from a single teacher, a single educator.
Yeah, I felt, teaching at Stanford, I was teaching machine learning to about 400 students a year at the time. And I found myself filming the exact same video every year, like telling the same
SI.
jokes in the same room. And I thought,
Not very SI.
oh, why am I doing this? Why don't we just take last year's video and then I can spend my time building a deeper relationship with students.
Deeper relationship with students. FE. Why did I do this?
Yeah.
The NE hits his head, boom, and then the TI, boom, and then the outcome, boom. And then that's what you got, okay? Boom, 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 boom.
So that
Yes.
process of thinking through how to do that led to the first
Thinking through how to do that.
MOOCs that we launched.
And then you have more time to write new jokes. Are there favorite memories from your early days at Stanford teaching thousands of people in person and then millions of people online?
Teaching online, what not many people know was that a lot of those videos were shot between the hours of 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. A lot of times, we were launching the first MOOCs at Stanford. We'd already announced the course, about 100,000 people had signed up. We just started to write the code and we had not yet actually filmed the videos. So, a lot of pressure, 100,000 people waiting for us to produce the content. So many Fridays, Saturdays, I would go out, have dinner with my friends, and then I would think, okay, do you want to go home now or do you want to go to the office to film videos? And the thought of being able to help 100,000 people potentially learn
The thought of
F-
trying to help 100,000
FE.
FE.
machine learning, fortunately, that made me think, okay, I want to go to my office, go to my tiny little recording studio. I would adjust my Logitech webcam, adjust my Wacom tablet, make sure my lapel mic was on, and then I would start recording often until 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I think unfortunately that it doesn't show that it was recorded that late at night, but it was
So what you're getting here, guys, is you're getting that TIFE on fire, right? That's when you got the hero function and the inferior function. They're linked in and they're working together for the benefit of the person, and that person is going to be on fire. Okay, that person's gonna be fired. There's no way they're not gonna make money. There's no way they're not gonna succeed if you could put those two together and make it work. Because he's translating all of his thinking, but then he's helping people at the same time. And that's just leading it to go boom, 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 boom. On fire, baby.
really inspiring the thought that we could create content to help so many people learn about machine learning.
How did that feel? The fact that you're probably somewhat alone, maybe a couple of friends recording with a Logitech webcam and kind of going home alone at 1 or 2 a.m. at night and knowing that that's going to reach sort of thousands of people, eventually millions of people. What's that feeling like? I mean, is there a feeling of just satisfaction of pushing through?
I think it's humbling, and I wasn't thinking about what I was feeling. I think one thing that I'm proud to say we got right from the early days was I told my
Low
whole
FI.
team back then that the number one priority is to do what's best for learners, do what's best for students. And so when I went to the
Do
recording
what's best for learners. Do what's best for students. Outcome, FE.
studio, the only thing on my mind was, what can I say? How can I design my slides? What do I need to draw right to make these concepts as clear as possible for learners? I think, I've seen sometimes.
Like I said, TI, FE on fire. That axis is on fire right now. And when the INTP is hitting that, man, they're going to be happy as hell. They're going to be one happy INTP, man.
Instructors, it's tempting to, hey, let's talk about my work. Maybe if I teach you about my research, someone will cite my papers a couple more times. And I think one of the things we got right, launching the first few MOOCs and later building Coursera, was putting in place that bedrock principle of let's just do what's best for learners and forget about
The principle. Principle. TI principle.
everything else. And I think that as a guiding principle turned out to be really important to the
Principle must stay conducive to the principles.
to the rise of the MOOC movement.
And the kind of learner you imagined in your mind is as broad as possible, as global as possible. So really try to reach as many people interested in machine learning and AI as possible.
I really want to help anyone that had an interest in machine learning to break into the field. And I think sometimes I've actually had people ask me, hey, why are you spending so much time explaining gradient descent? And my answer was, if I look at what I think the learner needs and would benefit from, I felt that having that a good understanding of the foundations, kind of back to the basics, would put them in a better state.
Yeah, back to the basics, break it down. Bah, I can help other people. Yay! Happy INTP.
To then build on a long-term career. So try to consistently make decisions on that principle.
So one of the things you actually revealed
Introduce to the principle
to the narrow AI community at the time and to the world is that the amount of people who are actually interested in AI is much larger than we imagined. By you teaching the class and how popular it became, it showed that, wow, this isn't just a small community of sort of people who go to NeurIPS and it's much bigger. It's developers, it's people from all over the world. I'm Russian, so everybody in Russia is really interested. There's a huge number of programmers who are interested in machine learning, India, China, South America, everywhere. That there's just millions of people who are interested in machine learning. So how big do you get a sense that the number of people is that are interested from your perspective?
I think the number's grown over time. I think it's one of those things that maybe it feels like it came out of nowhere, but as an insider building it, it took years. It's one of those overnight successes that took years to get there. My first foray into this type of online education was when we were filming my Stanford class and sticking the videos on YouTube and some other things. We had uploaded the homeworks and so on. But it's, basically the 1 hour, 15-minute video that we put on YouTube. And then we had 4 or 5 other versions of websites that I had built, most of which you would never have heard of because they reach small audiences, but that allowed me to iterate, allowed my team and me to iterate, to learn what are the ideas that work and what doesn't. For example, one of the features I was really excited
about, what works, what doesn't work, pragmatic,
about and really proud of, was build this website where multiple people could be logged into the website at the same time. So today, if you go to a website,
fucking outcome, prescribed outcome.
If you're logged in and then I want to log in, you need to log out if it's the same browser, same computer. Okay. But I thought, well, what if 2 people, say you and me, were watching a video together in front of a computer? What if a website could have you?
What if abstract, any?
You type your name and password, have me type my name and password, and then now the computer knows both of us are watching together, and it gives both of us credit for anything we do as a group. Influencers
giving us credit as a group, making us together. FE, baby.
Chair rolled it out in a school in San Francisco. We had about 20-something users. Where's the teacher there? Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep. The teacher was great. And guess what? 0 people use this feature. It turns out people studying online, they want to watch the videos by themselves. You can play back, pause at your own speed rather than in groups. So that was one example of a tiny lesson learned out of many that allowed us to hone into the set of features.
And it sounds like a brilliant feature. So
Very
I guess,
systematic approach. You know, he had an idea, thought it would work together, thought people would like to be together. But then when you came back, the TE data doesn't show that. The TE data doesn't show that. Seems like it was a great idea with TIFE, but then at the end of the day, the TE data shows otherwise. So then we have to adjust. Yeah, we're done here, man. We're not gonna draw this out. Are we? Are we're not gonna draw
No.
this out. Yeah. Guy is an INTP. Damn, I forget to fucking. Circle them, fuck it. Abstract, ladies and gentlemen, obviously. Shout out Sigma Nick, good guy, man. Maybe interesting
Hmm.
watching some of his content. They're definitely informing, guys. Definitely informing. Can't say that this guy was direct. I was, kind of having to listen hard. Okay, responding. So yes, did personality database get it right? Did they
He
get it?
wasn't, yeah, they did. They had him as a INTP 5W6, seems pretty accurate.
That seems pretty accurate. I think. Yeah, I think they got that one right.
Yeah, they did.
They got
But
pretty
he's got the
obvious.
very archetypal essence of an INTP, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
He
can't fuck that up.
because a personality database, what they're typing is the archetype the person portrays themselves as.
They're the develop stuff. They're more so looking at the develop stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not they don't understand the core self,
Hmm.
but they're just looking at the archetype and like the and honestly, they did half of them probably just type off of Reddit memes.
Well, I
Um,
think I think also what helps them is he doesn't really have a lot of votes, right? I think he has 23 votes. So um
yeah,
that's
sure.
probably better for them because the more votes equals the worse. Because people just come in and they see like if they have said, oh, this guy's ISTP, right? Then everybody comes in and they see ISTP and then they hear ISTPs. It's like fucking clowns. Clowns are us.
Well,
Um,
I can't imagine you thinking that he has SE parent just looking at him.
yeah. I'm just saying in general, but they don't
I
know
mean,
the nuances. You know that. They just
yeah, I
But
know,
you'll
but
see
I'm just
one
saying
day
that.
we'll go through them and you will see just how bad some of the typist is and how they draw some of the conclusions, which is fucking nuts. Okay.
Well, I mean, some of the comments seem like it's socionics, and some people just seem like they're on crack. Um, there's a spectrum on
Yeah.
there.
So
Yeah, he's normalizing squared.
yeah, we got different names, guys. Like just to make it cool and fun. So
I mean,
we call them N
yeah.
squared, the real smart nerds out there, like the Thomas and the Czars, they're N squared, and then we got the double D, the more aggressive versions of the type,
Hmm.
more, like that. And then you have the C2, which is oh my Lord, C2 is crazy, man. Um
Michael Beasley in a future video.
Crazy. C2 is crazy, but it's just, creative on creative, baby. It's insane.
May
And
as well be on
uh,
meth all day.
and then we have what, 2H? We haven't came up with
Yeah,
a good name for harmonize because we don't really like use them, but 2H. I try to make them a little different to make it more interesting.
yeah,
N squared is kind of funny because that's the smart motherfuckers, real smart motherfuckers. I would
yeah.
say this guy is what you thinking? Above average?
Yeah, to Prodigy.
Yeah, he's between that realm. What I will say is that, like I said, he's got that
I
hero.
mean, his FE is so good though for an INTP. Like yeah, probably more. I would lean Prodigy on the guy because just to the amount of FE is crazy.
Yeah, we can
Like,
put him in that axis between the two. Uh,
yeah, that's fine. I would say I lean more Prodigy level, but yeah, he's pretty well developed
yeah,
from the clip.
yeah. So what I was the big takeaway from there is he's got both his inferior and his hero function literally on fucking fire. They are connected, they're linked, and they're working together, and they are getting shit done. Like this guy is on fucking fire.
But what's impressive is he's using his inferior by itself. though, where a lot of INTPs try to take TI to break down FE,
That's what
where
I said.
he's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but he's just using unadulterated FE and using TI at the same time.
yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, what me and
That,
Zara are talking about is it's a theory that I've been saying is that people try to solve their inferior problems by maxing out their hero, right?
yeah.
So, like an INTP will try to learn everything about the world to be able to solve the FE problems instead of just going straight to FE and trying to work with that, right? They'll try to like push TI so hard and overwork TI to be able to accommodate for FE, and it doesn't work. It can work that way, but you got a way longer path, right? A way longer path, right? Instead of just being that person who immerses themselves in people, right? And
Hmm.
gets out in the group and just like gets in there. And that's the best way that you're gonna learn to use FE. It's not You're not gonna be reading 3,000 books, building your TI framework to understand people. You got to actually get around people. That's going to be a lot quicker. And
Yeah.
it's going to get you outside of the theory because a lot of times what you read is theory and it's not actually like you have to actually get out there and try it and use it, right?
Hmm.
So just a faster road. And that same cycle that we talk about, it happens in all types. All types try to push through with their hero so hard that they can accommodate for their inferior function instead of just going straight for their inferior function. So
Yeah. But I mean, it takes more energy to use your inferior
mhm.
constantly. But shout out to him because he's really developed.
Yeah,
It's rare you see someone just use their inferior function the way he is.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a good blueprint out there for other INTPs, man.
Yeah,
And
it is.
listen to what I fucking said just there, man. Just like you can't just try to learn everything about people based off books and all the systems and all this other shit. You gotta actually get out there and be around people. You gotta stop saying no. You just gotta say, fuck it. I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna join this group. I don't care. I'm gonna do this niche thing. Like I don't give a damn if it's playing Magic the Gathering and you go to these little gatherings. You need to get your ass out there and you need to do it because that is
Mm.
how you're gonna build your FE. You need actual time with people. And you can't get away from it. Well, that's Mongolian mindset, and shout out to Sigma Nick for that one. Any closing things are?
Just a really well developed INTP, and that maybe that will carry a blueprint for some out there that are struggling socially.
Yeah. It's good that we got another fucking INTP on the channel. This Mongolian mindset, and we are out. Peace.